There we go. Hello.
Chris, what the fuck is going on, dude?
How's it going, brother?
We're doing great, man. We just got done blasting your new track, fucking Primal Form of Aggression, dude. Fucking so fucking badass, dude. That fucking breakdown, dude. God damn,
Thank
man.
you so much.
What the fuck, dude? The bass thing too, man. That shit was fucking sick, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we got Jordan here with us too.
Hell yeah. So, well, for everybody out there listening, man, we got Quiescent Mantis, two of the guys from Quiescent Mantis on the show. Who are you and what do you do in the band?
I'm Chris Trainer. I do vocals and backup vocals and guitar on stage, and then we got Jordan McKenzie here that does bass and main vocals.
Sweet. So tell us, man, what's been going on in the world of Quiescent Mantis, man? You guys been busy, right?
Super busy. We just did a show with Upon a Burning Body on Wednesday, and then tomorrow we're playing Knoxville Hardcore Fest at Old City Performing Arts Center.
Hell yeah.
We've just been crazy busy.
Hell yeah, man. And you guys are gearing up for this new record, man. I've listened to the whole fucking thing, dude. It's so fucking badass, dude.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, when's the new record out?
New record comes out July 19th. Yeah.
Hell yeah, coming up in a couple weeks, man.
Yeah.
Are you guys?
We got a big album release show with our friends in Summoner Circle and We Like Cold, Belfast Six Pack, all at Cards Community Center. It's just going to be a party from start to finish.
Be real fast and real
fast and real lit, that's for sure.
Hell yeah, dude. Are you guys excited for everybody to hear the new record, man?
Oh, definitely. The new record is
absolutely
definitely caught our energy from start to finish.
Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah. Well, I can tell you guys put a lot of work into it, man, and it shows, man.
Thank you. That means a lot. I mean, truly.
Hell yeah. And also, I cannot wait to see you guys fucking hit the stage this year at Tennessee Metal Devastation Music Fest, man. What the fuck?
It's gonna be chaos, man. You guys have a killer lineup with our friends in Sun Mantra and Summoner Circle, and not to mention Killer Crown and Autumn Lies Buried, and then to add us into the mix, it's gonna be some stomping grounds, that's for sure.
Yeah, man. I think you guys will meet a lot of new friends there too, man. There's a lot of bands from all over the place, man. Hopefully it'll turn into something, man. Fucking maybe some tours or some shit. Who knows, man?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's one of the things I'm always looking forward to seeing happen from that, man. But yeah, man, I'm super excited for it. I can't wait to see you guys. I'm proud as fuck, of course, because you guys are Tennessee, man, and that's our you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got you. Thank you so much. I mean, I'm proud as fuck to be saying that we're on this festival with you guys.
Absolutely.
I know I talked to Randall the other day, too, our documentary guy. He said that he talked to you guys, did a little interview and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was cool.
How did that go, man?
Oh, it was great. We just sat down and chilled. It pretty much connected as soon as he sat down. We had really good conversations on and off camera.
Sweet, man. Did you get to see the trailer that he has for the film?
Not yet, no.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, it's fucking bad fucking ass, man. He's supposed to be debuting it soon at some film festival somewhere. So, but then after that, I think it's going to be online for people to see. So
that's awesome.
It's going to be awesome, dude. But yeah, when he came over, he showed it to us, and I was just blown away, dude. I was like, God damn, man. Like, I saw the shit that he done before with that fucking dude that was welding all that shit, and that was cool too, but this is like a whole new level, man. It's like, dude is going somewhere, man. But
that's cool.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I think it's going to be cool, man. And fucking, metalheads, we love fucking documentaries, dude. Fucking, I watch that shit.
Oh, yeah.
I watch all kinds of stuff about any type of metal or actually any kind of music in general, to be honest with you. Like, I'm into all kinds of stuff, man. I like watching, seeing, what goes on behind the scenes and what people do to make this shit happen. You know, it's just
trying to figure out how you're supposed to learn and grow. You know. In your own way, a musician. Before I even knew how to play anything, you know, I knew how to play some drums, but trying to get into guitar and vocals and stuff, being 15 years old, that's all I was doing too, is just watching the behind the scenes and like bands running around in their tour bus and stuff, the shit they were doing. And 15 years later, here I am, you know, living the dream. So.
Yeah, man. I remember when I was a kid, like, you know, in the 80s and early 90s, you know, VHS fucking tapes, man. Every time a band released some kind of fucking video, you know, home video, with whether it was Pantera fucking doing the whole fucking crazy party fucking shit, or Metallica, year and a half in the life of Metallica, where they showed you the, you know, the recording of the album and everything. That shit fucking blows my mind. You know, just sitting there watching, seeing like what instruments they're using, what amps they're using, you know, like all that kind of. I love that technical shit, man. I'm a big fan
for
of
sure.
that kind of stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up watching the Pantera home videos and the like Dimebag Randall clinics in his like hometown and stuff like that, and just watching videos of him on stage in the 80s before he was in Pantera and as he was in Pantera starting it up, and that's all me. I love anything like that.
Man, they set the bar, dude.
Yeah, they did.
They did for sure, man. Well, speaking of that, tell us a little bit about you guys, like as far as your influences and stuff like that. Like, you know, take us back, man. When you were kids, what kind of stuff did you guys listen to that got you into, what made you want to play music, and then fast forward to now, like what's influencing you now?
I mean, when I was 8 years old, I got my first little, you know, bullshit put together drum kit, which, you know, looking back at it, you know, I thank my dad, you know, for getting, you know, putting it together, you know, but it was literally just like a snare drum, a hi-hat, a busted up cymbal, and a bass drum. And then turned 11 years old, got my first kick pedal, you know, double kick pedal. So, of course, everything from then was just, you know, double bass, everything. But started off, I mean, there's a lot of like early home movies of my dad playing guitar, like as we're like in the crib and stuff. And a lot of it would be like old, like White Lion stuff, Def Leppard.
Hell yeah.
I guess more like hair / like stadium metal kind of stuff. Scorpions, all that shit. I'm trying to think of some more stuff like early on.
Gold earring, stuff like that.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. So yeah, I guess I'm a big like 80s metalhead. But like, I don't know. Get into high school. Yeah, get into high school and everything. Started getting into like a lot of heavier stuff, you know, as typical. So of course the Whitechapel's Different Breed of Killer. I kind of, you know, jumped right into it. So developing my own bands and stuff early in high school. Running around, getting into mosh pits, breaking your nose, you know, all that good stuff. I don't know, man. It's all just kind of a fever dream right now. Trying to think about it all. I should have expected that question at some point. Been a little bit more prepared. But yeah, dude, I don't know.
With me, I mean, it started. I was 4 years old. I seen Kiss and Aerosmith on stage, big Coliseum, and I don't remember much of Aerosmith, but I remember Kiss, and I seen Gene Simmons up on the rafters just spitting blood and shooting fire and stuff, and that was before I could even pick up an instrument. I was like, I want to do that. And then 8 years old,
fucking spit blood on people.
Yeah, get the crowd riled up. 8 years old, I was introduced to guitar and introduced to Pantera and Crowbar and just Metallica, Godsmack and stuff like that, Rob Zombie, and it evolved from there. And high school and middle school was Suicide Silence and Whitechapel and I Hate God and just absolute insanity heavy metal. And then I just started building on it from there. And I've always been a huge fan of like Bullet for My Valentine and Megadeth and stuff like that. And that's just it changed my style from playing stuff more like Stevie Ray Vaughan to playing more stuff like Avenged Sevenfold and mixing the Pantera with the Bullet for My Valentine, and it's
Bullet for My Valentine and All That Remains, those types of riffs, As I Lay Dying stuff, about like 8th grade ish, you know. Once I started hearing that stuff, I got my first guitar, I started learning those riffs, wanted so bad to, you know, figure out the vocals, and eventually started to figure it out, you know. Gosh, it was probably around 2008-ish, 2007, 2008 that I joined my first band, just fiddling around on guitar. So they was just like, you play bass, and it was like, okay. You know, they kicked me out about like 2 months in. But I don't know, I was more focused on the guitar there for the longest time, you know.
Then fast
forward, joined, you know, my first band in high school, and then started getting a little bit more, you know, into the vocals and stuff, so it changed my focus. But then when we started Mantis, again, I was back, you know, I was writing guitar riffs and stuff. Remember, we were back and forth with guitar. So what was it, the second or third practice?
The second practice, he just looked at me and he was like,
you can handle this.
You got guitar.
You got this.
I'm going to go grab my bass.
Because we were talking about potentially being a 5-piece at the time. Trying to find a vocalist and a bass player. And then I was like, well, me and Johnny, our drummer, who's not here, but we had been jamming for a little while with my brother Jacob, my older brother, and he's an incredible guitar player. But we were playing some old school like Sabbath, you know, Aussie stuff, Bark at the Moon, you know, shit like that. But COVID kind of hit, and he was working at the post office, so everything was being mailed, you know, at that time. You know, nobody really wanted people coming over or going out to the store. So he was just covered up with work so much, and everybody was kind of paranoid about things, you know, especially first off. So he quit jamming with us, and it was like around that same week that I was on some sort of metal group on Facebook, scrolling through, and you know, I saw a post from Chris, and he was kind of hitting along the same bands, you know, outlining the same things I was trying to go for. So I hit Johnny back up, and I was like, hey, I know this is more like what we were doing. I was like, but what would you feel about doing some more like modern metal? And he was just like, dude, anything behind the kit. And then within like 2 or 3 practices, he's up on the bass drum just like crazy.
We had 3 songs written in the first.
He's like, man, he's like, the first thing he said going in, he's like, I'm going to try my best. He's like, but I can't do that stuff. And we're just like, you'll get it. You'll get the hang of it. And him just being a drummer, man, he just clicks into it.
Lord, we had our first EP written in like 5 practices. Pretty much.
But back to what I was saying, sorry, I get so scattered. Chris, I told him, I was just like, yeah, man, with the riffs that we were writing at the time, most of the things that we were doing, I guess needing 2 guitars, was like harmony type stuff, like the chunkier riffs, like what was it, Chelsea Grin type stuff. What's that song? I can't remember the name. I'm bad with that. Starts off with that super chunky kind of harmonized riff. Anyways,
it's one of those
types of riffs, and I was just like, you know what, just for the sonically, you know, just for us to try to get some stuff down, I was like, you got this, let me go grab my bass.
I
start jamming some bass, and then maybe the next practice, I was like, you know what, again, kind of the same mentality. I was just like, let me set up the PA system, and let's just add some vocals until we can find somebody. And 3 years later, we're still doing the same thing. It's just hard to jive with anybody, you know. It's a lot more like scheduling and drama, and it's just, I mean, what we've tried maybe 2 or 3 times, and it's never gelled the way that we expected. I'm not throwing any shade. It's just like the way that we've got things going. When we try to add somebody else into the mix, it's like, I don't know, it just gets kind of awkward, or the direction starts to pull a different way, and it's just like, that's not what the Mantis is. And not that we're like dead set on a sound, but it's just like the feeling's off. Like it's not the same energy anymore. So yeah, we've not been able to commit, you know, to a 4th member or do anything like that. So at least for the foreseeable future, you know, we're going to remain a 3-piece, and I think that adds to kind of our charm. And I tell people all the time that I like to kind of be restricted and kind of put in a box. I feel like it makes me more creative. Same reason why you'll never see me on stage with a 5-string bass. I'm so minimalist. I feel like putting a thicker gauge strings on my 4-string and limiting myself down to just the 4 strings, I can be more creative with what I've got, versus if I have that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Everybody's got their own hoodoo theories on shit like that, and I'm not like trying to be real big on that, but I don't know. I like what I like, you know.
No, I totally understand what you're saying, man. Yeah, you got to make what you got work, you know, and that's what you got, you know, and a lot of times that's how it starts, man. You know, like you just find the people that you gel with, and you know, sometimes it's like, dude, you're good enough, man. Fucking, that's your spot, dude. You know what I mean? Like, you work it out, and then you get through it, man. That's cool, man. That's really cool that you guys have that. That's a cool story, dude. That is, man.
Yeah.
I think that adds to the vibe of it, dude.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's funny.
Yeah, man.
You were talking about being 8 years old and getting into going to see shit, man. Fucking, when I was 8 years old, first concert I went to, 1986, I think. It was Bon Jovi. Cinderella opened up, man. It was huge. You know, the Slippery When Wet tour, man. They were fucking huge, right?
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope, dude.
I loved that shit when I was a kid, man. It was on the radio all the time, and I was blasting it in my room, and my babysitter used to hear it all the time.
Yeah, I love that shit now.
She got tickets to go to the show, and she asked my mom, she's like, can I take Zach? And she's like, sure, I know he'd love it. And so they took me with them, and I remember when I got there, you know, had to stand on the seat to fucking see it, but I stood up on the top of the seat, man, and as soon as the fucking lights went out and then Cinderella came up on stage, dude, the lights came back on, every fucking t-shirt in the place was up, dude. It was nothing but titties everywhere. I was like, what the fuck?
There you go.
8 years old fucking little kid, you know, like looking around like, holy shit, what the fuck is this? But yeah, man, that was.
There is nothing else. That
was pretty mind blowing. But the funny thing is, my next concert after that was when I was 15. It was Slayer with Machine Head and Biohazard opening up on the Divine Intervention tour in Phoenix, Arizona. Man, god damn! They did that show on a video too. Live Intervention. You can get it on DVD, man. It's fucking badass, dude. That was mind blowing too, though, but in a totally different way. You know, like that was at that point. I was into the heavier shit, you know, Metallica and Sepultura, Pantera, and all that kind of stuff. You know, so but yeah, man, fucking, it's crazy, man. When you're a kid, like stuff like that, when it hits you, man, it just hits you, dude, and it never lets you go. You know, like throughout your whole entire life, man. You know, when that happens, man, it's like, you know, it's like a good form of trauma, dude. Like it
That's a good way to put it. I've never thought that.
I'm sitting here right across the room from a Gene Simmons bust, and like it still hits me to this day. I'm a huge Kiss fan.
Love Kiss.
And that, I mean, 4 years old, sitting on the banister watching Gene Simmons just spitting blood and shooting fire on top of the rafters. It still gets me. I mean, I don't care if they're the lightest band out there. Kiss is the reason I play music.
Those fucking shows, man, they're larger than life, you know, like they're just it's like insane, man.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to not be impacted in some way by it, man. You know, you can't help it, dude.
And I remember the first time I heard Pantera, my dad just looked at me and he had the greatest hits CD and he's like, listen to this. And it was Cowboys from Hell, very first song on the album. And I looked at guitar in a completely different way after that. And I still look at guitar in a completely different way.
Yeah, that sound, man. It was so heavy at the time, dude. There was nothing else that sounded like that. It was like a buzzsaw, you know? It was just, it was crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they changed the fucking game for sure, man.
I'm sitting here with a Cowboys from Hell tattoo and a Pantera Vulgar Display of Powers t-shirt on.
Yeah,
that's my band, man.
I got a big fucking I got a big Dimebag tattoo on my leg, dude. Fucking tribute.
Hell yeah. We're gonna be great friends.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Like,
samesies.
I got Dimebag on one leg, and then on the other leg I got a fucking tattoo of the fucking Iron Cross out of one of fucking Black Label Society's the Blessed Hell Ride fucking record, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Love it.
Yeah, I remember
too, man.
I remember, what was it, 3 years ago? Was it 21 when we played with Crowbar?
Something like that. Yeah, I think it's 21.
We were up on stage, and Crowbar's been one of my favorite bands for a long time, just because they're sonically just perfect, pretty much.
We got to hang out for a little bit on their tour bus.
Yeah, we got the opportunity to sit on the tour bus right next to them and actually have an interview with them and talk just shop with them. And I remember we were up on stage and we were just destroying the crowd as we usually do, just going as hard as we can, as fast as we can. I was playing as best I could just because it was Crowbar. And I just remember looking up at one point, and Kirk was at the bar with a beer in his hand, and he just cheerses me on stage. And at that point, I knew we had something special. Because I was like, damn, Kirk really likes us. And then he congratulated us after the show, gave us a big hug, and that still sticks to me to this day. My wallpaper on my other phone is me and Kirk sitting next to each other. And I'm damn determined to get a fucking Crowbar tattoo somewhere on my hand. Dude. Somewhere on my arm, it's going to happen.
His tone, too, man. Did you happen to see the fucking Metal Zone pedal in his fucking arsenal?
I haven't seen it.
I was so enamored by his guitar.
The double stack heads on top of the full stack behind him kind of just did it in for me. Because we were playing a small bar, and it was wild.
Yeah, apparently the Metal Zone pedal is like his key to fucking, like his fucking tone, like using it as a boost pedal, just as a clean boost, and that's what I use myself, dude. After I saw that video with him, I was like, fuck, that's how you do it, man. Just put it in front of the amp, turn the fucking gain all the way down to 0, and just turn the level all the way up. Leave the fucking EQ at fucking center, man. And it fucking turns your guitar into fucking like rapid fire, man. It's like insane.
Yeah.
Man. But man.
I use the infamous pedal that I've watched, probably 100 videos on, that is the worst distortion pedal ever. I use the MXR full bore metal distortion in the effects loop of my Laney loud pedal, and I have probably the most full tone that I've ever heard. It is nasty. And it's loud, and it's heavy, and it just fits Mantis. It really does.
That's badass, dude. You know what? Speaking of gear, man, because I love talking about stuff like that, but like, remember when we were kids, like when you got your first amp, and you plug into it, and you're like, what the fuck? This does not sound like fucking...
Yeah.
This doesn't sound heavy, dude. This is not James Hetfield. This is not Dimebag, man. It's crazy. Like back in those days, back in the old days, we didn't have YouTube videos or nothing like that to even look up or check out anything. You know, you couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember buying a distortion pedal. It was a Ibanez fucking one of those little tank things. It was a Thrashmaster, and I plugged it in the front of my practice amp. But I turned everything up, you know. I didn't know, you know, like...
Yeah.
And it just sounded like shit. I'm like, what the fuck, man? How the fuck? It's just... It cracks me up sometimes now because, you know, now it's, like, so easy to figure it out, you know, because you just look it up and learn the fucking tricks of the trade. But, like, back then, man, fuck, dude. We didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
It's funny because I'm staring at my practice amp that I had through middle school right now. I got a Line 6 Spider 4.
Hell yeah.
And compared to my tone now, it does not compete. But back then, put it on the Insane channel and just crank it up, and it did all right. Man, it's still chucking along. I got 2 Ace Frehley picks on the side and stickers from anywhere from Asking Alexandria to Pierce the Veil all over it. It's all sticker bombed. I got Edelbrock stickers on it. I mean, Guitar Hero stickers. It's still chucking along over there.
Hell yeah.
I don't know how it survived me. I don't get it, but it's still over there.
You guys,
piece of history.
You guys earlier were talking about primitive drum sets, man. That reminds me of I was watching a video the other day with Igor Cavalera from Sepultura.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
those guys.
He was talking about whenever they first started when they were kids, his drum set was like he didn't have shit. Like it was like just a fucking snare and a fucking floor tom and a fucking he had a cymbal on a fucking broomstick, and he didn't even have a kick drum. So, like, some of those first songs on that first record, he actually wrote them using the floor tom sort of as the kick, like, in place of it. So he was doing it with his hands.
Yeah.
And
that's nuts.
Yeah, he did a video run-through. It's on YouTube. You can look it up, man. But, like, he does a video run-through of it and shows you how he did it. And it's, like, fucking crazy, man. Like, but...
Yeah.
That's cool. Like, that's the cool shit that you do when you're a fucking kid, you know, and you don't have access to a lot of stuff. You just got to get creative and, you know, do whatever you can do with what you have. You know, it's cool how that turns out, man. Look at them now.
Yeah. We had the pleasure of playing with both the Cavalera brothers not too long ago. I think it was last year.
Badass.
And they're the sweetest guys ever. Like, I got to meet Igor personally and like actually talk to him, and Igor was super down to earth, and it was a good show. It was a really, really good show.
Yeah. I had Max on the show a while back, man. It's one of my favorite interviews, dude. Like, he was so fucking, he was hilarious, dude. Like, but he was really cool and down to earth, and
It was wild too, because it was a Cavalera Conspiracy and Insight, which is Max's stepson. So I like had the whole Cavalera family there, and it was crazy. It was beyond a blessing to play that show.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Well, speaking of that, tell us some fucking highlights, some things that you guys, you know, some fucked up things or just greatest fucking memories so far from your career so far that you've experienced, that you've seen being on the road or whatever, man.
Oh, Lord. What's the Flashlight story?
Man, that old van, that thing got the shit beat out of it all the time. I used to have like an old like blue work van that we'd pile all the band shit in. I'd have to strap, I've got a Jeep Wrangler, so I'd take the seat out of my Jeep, throw it in the back of the van because all the seats and everything was gutted out. Just take a ratchet strap and strap it down, and that's where Chris was at. Time. So when we had shows out of town, everything like that, me and Johnny riding in the front and Chris just kind of in the back. He's like, "Are you all right back there?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm still alive." But
no seatbelt, driving out of town.
Yeah, and I remember I got like in a little wreck or something and busted the headlight, and I'm good with fixing stuff, but it was more just like a time restraint. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to Walmart, buy one of those like $5 like camp like lights. You know, it's come with those big old honking batteries. So I bought one of those suckers. I was like, that's about the size of a headlight. You know, it's that way. At least I wouldn't get pulled over. You know.
Yeah.
So I rigged that thing on there. It had all sorts of tape and like wire pulled on it just to kind of like mount it up in there. So whenever I'd start up the van, you'd see one headlight come on. I'd be like, oh shit. I'd have to get out of the car, run back around, go click that little button on the flashlight, and then get back in. Everybody's laughing their ass off. But I remember during that same time, I had that headlight doing that. What was that, Sly Grog?
Yeah,
that place burned down. Yeah, in Asheville. Yeah. That place burned down, I think. But we had a show down there. An incredible show. It was really fun.
So much fun.
So cool. But on the way back, not only the headlight issue, but then was that the night it rained?
Yeah, and we didn't have
windshield rain so bad.
Connected, right?
The little gear system on my windshield wipers, again, old fucking work van. The gears had like stripped out completely like that day. So the windshield wipers didn't work. So getting down there was fine, but trying to get back in the night and it's just piss poor rain, you couldn't see 5 feet in front of you. So I remember Johnny's really calm, collected. You know, he's very stoic in a way. Yeah. He was on the edge of his seat, just like nervous. I could tell because he was so chatty and just like, I think we need to pull over. I think we just need to stop and wait a minute. Like, hey, like it was every few seconds. And I'm just like, no, I got this. Well, I eventually pulled to the side, the interstate, and of course, trucks, semi-truck, everything's flying past us. I'm getting soaking wet. And I remember you guys were kind of just sort of like, what are we doing? And I said, I'm getting our asses home. I jump out, I pull my 2 shoelaces off my shoes, tie one to one side, one to the other, pull it through the windows, and I'm like, all right, Johnny, here's your shoelace, here's mine. So we're driving through in the piss poor rain, and Chris, I bet he's trying to sleep in the back. All he hears is pull, and then me, pull, and then John, pull. So I was like, dude, we're getting home. So we're just back and forth pulling the little string. It was good times, man.
No way, dude. Really?
Yeah, dude. It was good. What, about an hour and a half home?
Hour and a half home.
Not too long. Yeah, it was about an hour and a half. So it could have been a lot worse, but still, I'll never forget that, man.
Oh man,
that's fucking hilarious, man.
Oh yeah, and then shit, we got a lot of stories from the road. That was probably the funniest story, honestly, because we had the flashlight that was hooked up with the wires and stuff that we had to turn on manually. We stop at taco places every time we're on the road. It doesn't matter where we're at, what time it is. It's always taco places.
That's a little more factual than it is funny, but yeah.
Yeah, every place that we go, I do the research on the taco places before we go.
They're always fire.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at picking out taco places before we go, and it's been damn good. That's our main source of energy is
tacos, horchata, Pedialyte,
Jamaica, and beer.
Yeah, beer.
Lots of beer,
which in turn means a lot more Pedialyte.
Oh yeah, we'll have Pedialyte on stage with us.
I'm shooting for a sponsorship soon.
Yeah, we're gonna get sponsored by Pedialyte. You best believe it.
I'm pretty sure we got a taco truck lined up for this year's fest, man. We had one last year.
All right,
that's dangerous, man. I'll spend more money on tacos than I will on gear. I guarantee you that.
All right.
Oh man.
So the band. Back to the band. Like, how did you guys come up with the name Quiescent Mantis? What the fuck, dude? Like, where the hell did that come from, man?
Like I said, I was in a lot of bands, like in high school and stuff. Once I graduated high school, I tried to keep things going, but it was just like really hard to keep people interested and like, I don't know, just do the damn thing. So for about like 10 years, I sort of like put this stuff aside, like not really giving up music, but like giving up the trying to like be active about it. So then when I decided, it's like, okay, I think I want to do this shit again, trying to like start up some new projects. Originally, I'm into a lot of like gent music, like progressive metal stuff. So I really like to play, as far as guitar, I really like playing like ambient, like clean reverb delay, tapping kind of stuff. So I was like, man, what would be a really cool name or imagery to kind of tie in, with kind of like the vibe I'm thinking of. So I was like, a mantis would be really cool, because when you look at it, it's like, at least my first thought is, that thing is really beautiful, but then the closer you zoom into it, it's like, okay, this is the most nightmarish thing I've ever seen. So just imagining like a 6 foot tall or 9 foot tall mantis just kind of crawling around, it's like, dude, that is horrifying. But trying to have kind of the marriage of like a really nice sound versus also like a really heavy sound, which a lot of like gent music does. So again, like Mantis then was like my imagery that I was trying to go with, but obviously there's already a praying mantis band, there's already a green mantis band, there's already an orchid mantis band, there's like all these adjectives for mantis. So I was just like, damn it, I was stumped for about 3 months. I was literally on Google just synonyms for like cool adjectives that I thought sounded neat, and it was like probably like 3 months into it, I stumbled on that word, and I was like, quiescent. I was like, that's kind of unique. I've not really heard that word a lot. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing it right. So looking it up a bunch and just kind of like saying it over and over, and just the Quiescent Mantis, kind of the slant rhyme that's in there. Like, I don't know, it just kind of, I really liked it, and I like the uniqueness of it. And it's not just like the one or two like syllable like hardcore band like stuff. And again, not throwing shade, but I was like, I just wanted it to be a little bit more original. Like, you knew when it was us, whether you can say it or not, you can poke your fun. You know? But
Q boys, baby.
Yeah, that's even part of
Q
it.
boys.
So, but I'm also like a huge science fiction, like monster creature movie buff. So trying to find like a cool marriage between the music and trying to find some way, because where I really love those movies, I want to be able to find a way to like replicate those sorts of like special effects. And I was like, man, this would be a perfect outlet for both these things, to try to like make really cool music videos involving these special effects and this kind of like creature idea involved with your music. So I don't know, you know, it was kind of just it's sort of easy, you know, with thinking of the mantis. So, okay, cool. These insects coming from like another world through this portal and all this stuff. So the imagery for the lyrics and all that stuff just kind of like, okay, here we go. Like, it was like sort of effortless at that point.
Yeah, because originally, like, I shot the name of Products of Annihilation towards you, and you're like, oh yeah, that's cool. And then you said that, I was like, yeah, that's it.
Well, I remember I sent it. I was like, I don't know if you're like, same thing with Johnny. I remember you guys at like one of our practices, like, now this is just a thought. I was like, I'm not like throwing it out there, but this is what I'm thinking. I said the name, and I said it's like, and pretty much what I just said. I was like, giant mantises coming, taking over the world, doing all this shit. And I just remember you guys being like, almost simultaneous, being like, yes, like I mean, like that's it.
Let's go.
And
Starship Troopers, baby.
Even when we first signed with Extreme Management, our first representatives out there, they were kind of like, hey guys, like, we really like the sound, we like the energy, like what you guys are doing, we hate the fucking name. Like, they were like extremely adamant about us changing the name. I can't remember those guys' names anymore. But I remember sitting down with you guys too. I was like, hey, I know this is the vibe and everything, this is the name that I brought forth. If you guys want to change it and do something else, and again, you guys immediately being like, no, fuck that, like, this is who we are. So it made me feel really good. Something so unique, at least I thought, like, something so unique that you guys were able to like stick behind it. You know.
No, it's a cool fucking name, dude. Yeah, and a lot of people constantly ask me, like, how do you fucking say that shit, man? And I'm like,
depending on where you are geographically, it kind of goes either way. More like European is like quiescent, but I guess more Americans quiescent. And I just think quiescent, we're looking at the word, it, you know, quiet, you know, quiescent, just like, it looks more appropriate to me. But really, I've heard it said like so many different ways, and you're not exactly wrong. But
don't worry, we'll have a Hooked on Phonics lesson.
There we go.
At the end of our set this year. Don't worry, we got it.
Yeah, I didn't even know how to say it exactly, I think, until I was talking to Joel from EMG, and
he's the best. Joel is the man.
Awesome. I love him, dude. Yeah, he kept saying quiescent, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I'll go with that, man.
Yeah.
But hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, man, it's been a wild ride ever since we started. Like, it really has been. Looking at Jordan's bruised knuckle right now from...
That's where I punch the shit out of my bass like I typically do at shows. I remember that one time I saw a picture, you know, of course, saw all of recap pictures, and where I'm holding the mic, like, announcing, like, the next song or whatever, and you just look at my knuckle in the picture, and it's, like, shoved off to the side. It's like, oh, yeah.
You got that recording. That was Knoxville Hardcore Fest 2019.
The shit out of my knuckle.
He says on the video, he looks down at his knuckle, and he goes, Mantis bites back, and you just see blood just running down his hand.
We finished the set.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
They don't complain too much.
And, you know, also coming up on tonight's show, I'll be calling up Jason from fucking Exitus, man. Fucking Exitus Stratagem Records. Can you tell us, how did you guys get hooked up with him, and what's the story behind that?
So that was all through Extreme, and Joel put him across us, and he liked our sound, and we started emailing each other back and forth. I really liked his energy and everything, and he came out. I booked a small fest called Metal Chaos in Knoxville. There's a bunch of local metal bands and stuff like that, and this was after we already signed with them. he ended up coming out to that fest and like checking out the local bands and bringing out a band from the roster and everything. And ever since then, like, we hit it off really well. And
yeah, he was fucking cool.
Yeah, like, he hung out the whole time. I fed all the bands and stuff. And I think everybody on that fest had a good time. Like, really, like, everybody. I had bands from Chattanooga and North Carolina and Knoxville and Kingsport. And for it to be my very first festival and them to come out and hang out with us and kind of sponsor it as well, it was a good time.
Yeah, I don't know how far he had to travel, but it was pretty cool that he came on down. But
Yeah.
I'm extremely thankful for everybody that we've got.
Yeah.
Joel is incredible.
Joel is great.
Jason's awesome. Yannick,
Yannick
that
from
runs Wave Transform
yeah.
Studio. Pretty much everybody that we've got within our network right now is incredible.
John Asher, our PR agent.
Fuck yeah, man. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, man. All those guys are fucking badass, man. I'm friends with all those guys, man. I talk to them all the time, dude. But
yeah, we're extremely blessed to be working with all of them.
it's definitely cool, man. I can't wait to fucking meet you guys. Can't wait to meet fucking Jason, fucking the whole crew, man. Fucking, it's gonna be badass, dude. I can't wait.
Yeah, we're that small neighborhood bug band from Knoxville, Tennessee. We're excited to play in front of anybody.
Speaking of bugs, man, I know you guys got a shit ton of fucking cool merch, man. That's what I hear a lot of people tell me, like, their fucking merch, man. So what kind of stuff are you guys bringing to the festival? Because I gotta tell you, man, people around here, dude, they save up all fucking year for this shit, man. It's a big deal here because we don't get anything else like this around here.
Yeah.
What kind of
man?
stuff?
I'm not gonna lie. That Upon a Burning Body show, we nearly sold out of our T-shirts. We're gonna have to re-up on some new designs, but we got so many designs in our back pocket that we'll send you some, but we're not gonna disclose what we're gonna print next. But
you won't be disappointed. That's for sure.
All of our merch is super colorful, which is very unique for like metal T-shirts and stuff. Because I love my black and white T-shirts and my black and red T-shirts, but when it comes to us, our T-shirts, when we print them, are like 7-8 colors at a time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be worth the money. I can guarantee you that.
Hell yeah, man. Well, for people coming to the show, what can you tell them to expect to see when you guys hit the stage, man?
Absolute fucking chaos. We do not slow down for anything. We don't apologize for anything. We're very raw, bare bones when it comes to that.
Yep.
We don't have really many backtracks. It's just us on stage. We like to yell at each other. We like to yell at people. We flip each other off on stage. Me and Jordan get into fights on stage every once in a while. It'll be me throwing guitar picks at him and him throwing guitar picks back at me. It's going to be an absolute blast, and I guarantee you that it's going to be full energy from start to finish.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, for people out there listening, man, where's the best place they can go to support you guys, buy some stuff, whatever? Where should they go?
Just hit us up on our Facebook page, really. If they want to buy some stuff, our album's on pre-sale right now through EXSR, as you said. We'll have all of our links ready to go. Our link tree has our latest single as our music video, our latest single and album release, pre-sale link for our album release show, all of our music and everything. And then just hit us up on Facebook Messenger if you want to say you want to buy a T-shirt or something. You just
say hi.
Or just say hi. That's either way. We'll give you a crisp high five at the merch table. We just like hanging out with people. We like partying. It's all right.
Hell yeah. Are you guys going to be at the pre-fest party the night before?
We'll try. I'll definitely try to be there.
Fuck yeah, man. It's going to be badass, dude. It was badass last year, man. That was almost, I'm not going to say it was funner than the festival, but it was almost, it was up there, dude. It's definitely worth it, man. If you can make it, dude, it's fucking cool.
Man, you got your work cut out if it's going to be funner than this festival with Autumn Lies Buried and Killer Crown, Illusions of Fate, us. and I think isn't Casket Robbery on there?
No, not this year, man. They were last year.
No, not this year. They were last year. Okay, Casket Robbery's good friends of ours.
Yeah,
man, it's gonna be crazy.
Well, 2 members from Casket Robberies and Illusion of Fate, so we kind of...
Let's fucking go.
We got a video we got to make here in just a second, too.
Hell yeah.
I hear the beef between Illusion of Fate and Summoner Circle. We got to join in on that.
Yeah, get in there, man. We'll make it a 3-way fucking battle, dude.
Yeah.
That's just been cracking me up, man. Those guys are fucking nuts.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, I'm about out of questions for you guys. Is there anything else you want to let the people know?
Just be ready for the Swarm coming October 5th. There's going to be a completely different energy on that stage. I guarantee you that.
Hell yeah. Well, before I let you guys go, can I get you to make us a station tag real quick?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Whenever you're ready, say something like, "This is Quiescent Mantis, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio."
This is Quiescent Mantis.
And you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Thanks a lot for taking the time, guys. I really appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you soon, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for having us on the radio station, man.
Hell yeah, dude. Anytime, man. We'll talk to you later.
Peace.
Cheers. There you have it, folks. Quiescent Mantis on the fucking Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation motherfucking radio, like I said earlier. Put your speakers in your windows, put them in your front lawns, put them in your neighbor's driveway, do whatever you gotta do, man. If you don't see U-Haul trucks everywhere tomorrow, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Crank this fucking shit up loud as a fuck. I'm serious, man.